Hi, my name is Israel Bagashaw. I am a project manager here at LI-COR Bioscience, and today I wanted to give a brief overview of the LI-7500DS gas analyzer and flux system. The LI-7500DS system is composed of a few key components. This is the sensor head, the gas analyzer part, the DSI, the digital signal interface, which does the digital signal processing, and the SmartFlux 3 device, which does the data collection, flux processing, and also the integration of other components in a flux measurement system, such as the sonic anemometer and the biomet measurement systems. The LI-7500DS is a non-dispersive infrared gas analyzer. It measures the concentration or the amount of water and CO2 in this measurement path between these two windows. And the way it measures the amount is by using the infrared absorption or absorption of infrared light by CO2 and water vapor molecules. It's composed of some key components, which I'll show using this cutout device. So it has a light source at the bottom of this device and the detector at the top of the device. The infrared light source is like a light bulb, filament light bulb that generates infrared light source, and that light source is reflected and focused to go out through this path and arrive at that detector at the top. While it's going up, it's also filtered to specific wavelengths where there is absorption by CO2 and there is absorption by water vapor. These set of filters are also, in addition to the absorption part, we also have the non-absorbing filters where we use for reference. So we have CO2 absorption, CO2 reference, water absorption, and water reference filters. Those filters sit on a wheel that gets rotated using this motor. So this filter wheel and motor assembly, we call the chopper assembly. So you'll, many times in the instruction manuals or in conversations with LI-COR technical support, you'll hear us mention the chopper or the chopper assembly. So this light source goes through this chopper assembly, which is temperature controlled, gets focused and sent out to the detector. As it goes through, it gets absorbed by some of that light gets absorbed by the CO2 and water vapor molecules, and the detector registers those signals. And that signal gets digitized and sent to the signal processing component here. Because there is some volume here in this path and also in the detector housing, we want to make sure the measurement represents what happens in the air in this measurement path and not what CO2 and water vapor concentration is doing in the housing. So for this reason, we have internal chemicals, two chemical bottles that sit right here that scrub the CO2 and water vapor out of this housing and also this housing. So those are supposed to be changed on a yearly basis to keep this housing free of CO2 and water vapor molecules. So the light comes out, goes through the filters, which are temperature regulated, goes out through this window, arrives at the detector, and it gets registered, gets signal processed, and CO2 and water vapor concentrations come out, which then get recorded and computed into flux with other measurements like sonic and biomet measurements. That's how the LI-7500DS works. So if you have further questions about the operation or other components and devices, feel free to visit our website and look at instruction manuals, videos. If you have more specific questions, feel free to contact LI-COR technical support or your local distribution partner.